What's up, everybody? Justin here to do a new countdown show. Top 5 countdown. My top 5 worst wrestling movies I've ever seen. These are just, some are worse than definitely number 1. And number 2 is the worst. So some are worse than others. Some are watchable, and I'll tell you which ones are watchable, and some are not. So here we go. New countdown. My top 5 worst wrestling movies. By the way, before I start, I want to say I got some new countdown shows coming. Top 20 favorite Green Bay Packer players of all time. Top 20. Also, I believe I've written down somewhere top 5 or 10 worst actors in wrestling history. People that just could not talk and could not act at all. Other countdowns, I believe top 10 worst or LOL gimmicks, something like that. So here we go with top 5 worst wrestling movies. I believe there's been more than 5 wrestling movies made, but I couldn't think of any that were really bad. I can think of one of them, but it's not the worst, and it's not on this countdown. One of them is Beyond the Mat. That was a wrestling movie. Beyond the Mat followed around Mick Foley, followed around Terry Funk, and followed around, sadly, Jake Roberts, which they kind of used them by basically showing them in Beyond the Mat like a goddamn crackhead drug addict. And that was sad to watch. So, here we go. Number 5. Number 5, I almost put The Wrestler on this list, or on this countdown list. I almost put The Wrestler. Almost added it to this countdown, but it doesn't deserve to be on this worst wrestling movies, because The Wrestler, if you've never seen it, Mickey Rourke is in it, Marissa Tomei's in it, and she's still damn hot, in my opinion. If you're a fan of Marissa Tomei, she's actually plays a stripper in The Wrestler. And if you are a fan of hers, well, watch The Wrestler and you will thank me after you watch it. There are some dark, definitely in The Wrestler, there are some dark scenes. Definitely depressing how Mickey Rourke as a wrestler. He's like an indie wrestler, pretty damn depressing. I believe he snorts cocaine, and they just like typecast. The director is an idiot. He might have won an Oscar, I don't know. I believe he did win an Oscar for some movie he did. I believe the director's name is Andrei Arlovsky or something. I don't remember really. But I don't know, a lot of depressing stuff in The Wrestler. Mickey Rourke is a broken down older wrestler. Guy's like a drug addict. The guy's a totally broken, fucked up relationship with his daughter, where she wanted to speak to him, I guess, because he ignored her whole childhood when he was a wrestling star. Still, Mickey Rourke, even though it's dark and depressing, and I didn't really like, I believe it came out after 06, 2006 or 5 or 7 or 8 or 9, I don't remember. I do remember Mickey Rourke appeared at WrestleMania 25 That was like a year later or a couple months after The Wrestler came out. So Mickey Rourke, he did a great job as a wrestler. He did a damn good job as an actor in that movie. But the things I didn't like, kind of, the business was already exposed totally, but I don't know. I didn't really enjoy seeing him cutting the little razor blades and taping up the razor blades, putting them in his wrist tape. I didn't need to see all that. That kind of pissed me off because I was like, this movie's exposing the business too much. Even though I already knew all that stuff. Still, Mickey Rourke did a damn good job. And Marissa Tomei did a damn good job. Even the girl that plays daughter did a good job. What was a bit too much, and I'm going on too long about The Wrestler, but that scene where he had a death match, I believe is for the crap shit promotion CZW. I don't know if they still do those death matches. I'm sure they do, because that's all they know how to do, because they're a bunch of dumb fucks. By the way, all those death matches, I'm talking about extreme death matches with fucking light tubes breaking over each other. That's not wrestling. That's garbage wrestling. That's trash. That's backyard wrestling. That's not pro wrestling. Even ECW did not ever use light tubes. They didn't even go that far because Paul Heyman was not that stupid to go there. So anyways, it was for the CZW Mickey Rourke, I believe, against that's a garbage wrestler, Necro Butcher was his name, I think. And that match was like, I don't know if Mickey Rourke really took all that, but if he did, respect to him for taking all those light tube shots because his back was all cut up and busted open and bleeding. And he broken glass. I don't know if Mickey Rourke really took that, but if he did, respect to him for really going far and beyond acting. And you could tell Mickey Rourke, the guy respects pro wrestling and respects all the boys that do it and the women. But the number 5, worst movie. I almost put The Wrestler on it, but it doesn't deserve to be on it. Number 5, No Holds Barred. Now, No Holds Barred is not the worst. To me, it's watchable. It's still watchable. I haven't watched it in years, but probably over 10 years or 8 years is the last time I watched it. Maybe 15 years. I don't remember the last time I watched the entire No Holds Barred movie. I actually have it somewhere in my bedroom on VHS. I still didn't convert it to DVD. And anyways, No Holds Barred is goofy as hell. There's a lot of parts in it that are pretty damn funny. So I must fall back on this chair. But I don't know. No Holds Barred is, it's a wrestling movie, definitely. It's a wrestling movie. And it's basically Hulk Hogan, but it's playing a character Rip. And he changes gear a little bit. He's like blue tights, a white headband says Rip, white shirt that he rips off. I believe Vince McMahon definitely was executive producer. And I don't know how much money, I never looked it up, how much money No Holds Barred made. It was in a lot of theaters in '89. I didn't see it. Seriously, I was 5 years old at the time. I didn't even barely go see movies in theaters at 5 years old. I really didn't even know No Holds Barred existed until I got to be 7. Anyways, I enjoy No Holds Barred. I'll admit it. But it is pretty damn ridiculous. Stan Hansen actually makes an appearance in it. His character is pretty damn funny. So, anyways, the most ridiculous, just stupid scene from No Holds Barred is when Rip, basically Hulk Hogan, breaks out of the limousine because the doors are locked on him and he couldn't get out. And he was trying to kick the door in to open it. It won't even open. So he breaks through the top of the limo or out the window or something and flies in the air, lands on top of the limo. And I don't know who it was. Like bodyguards. The other executive was trying to get bodyguards to then kick Hogan's ass or Rip's ass. And Hogan started kicking ass out of the limo. That was pretty cool that Hogan kicked a little bit of ass in the movie because it was a different look at Hulk Hogan, the character. He got to act a little, and he wasn't the worst actor I've seen. He wasn't good. He's not as good as The Rock or Cena in movies, but he wasn't the worst. He wasn't the worst wrestler to be in movies. I've seen a lot worse. Anyways. So then Hogan grabs a limo driver by the shirt and saying, "What's that smell?" Or "What's that smell?" It was ridiculous. It was so stupid. And I don't know who the hell put this in the script, but they should have been fired. And then the limo driver goes, "It's Dookie." Oh my God, that was embarrassing. That's still embarrassing to watch. So, anyways, number 5, No Holds Barred. Zeus, Tiny Lister, that guy had a great look. Looked damn intimidating. Looked like he could really kick ass. But then Vince thought, I can make Zeus a star in the WWF. Vince at the time thought he could make anybody a star. Thought he could make a Red Rooster, a wrestler acting like a rooster. He actually thought he could make a star. He couldn't. He thought he could make Zeus a star. It did not work. The first time Zeus was standing outside a steel cage on Saturday Night's Main Event in '89, and Hogan and Zeus went face to face outside the steel cage. That was pretty cool. But once Zeus got in the ring, it was bad because the guy couldn't work at all. The guy could not pick it up. He could do an okay body slam and choking people, but that was it. Number 5, No Holds Barred, worst wrestling movie. But it's still watchable in my opinion. Number 4, a movie called Body Slam. 1986 it came out. It's called Body Slam. Actually, Roddy Piper's in it. Nothing against Piper, but this movie is just shit. It was boring as hell. I believe Captain Lou Albano's also in it with Piper and the Tonga Kid from the Islanders, from the WWF. The Tonga Kid is also in it. Is like Piper's tag team partner. Also, another actor, one of the guys from the A-Team TV show is also in it. I forget his name. They're like driving in a van throughout the whole movie, wrestling on little shows. It's not a good movie. So number 4, a movie called Body Slam from 1986. Maybe it's on Netflix. I don't have Netflix. I wouldn't know. Maybe it's on Amazon Prime. I don't know. I just canceled Amazon Prime. I did have it for a while. I don't know. If you really want to see Body Slam and you can't find it, maybe you can search it on the internet and download it. So number three, Man on the Moon. I don't know if it's a wrestling movie, but it has a little bit of wrestling in it because Andy Kaufman was involved in wrestling a little bit. His feud with Jerry the King Lawler. Jerry the King Lawler's in it. Jerry Lawler, by the way, you're an idiot for attending a Trump rally to just hail your cult leader. Because that's all those people are doing is hailing a fucking cult leader. They're so goddamn brainwashed to go to the damn fucking Trump rallies. In my opinion, they're all fucking brainwashed to go to those rallies. And I'd say 99% of them are all old white people. And Jerry Lawler's one of them. He's an old white person. I actually saw a video clip, and Lawler was like in the front row smiling at Trump and clapping for him, giving him a thumbs up. It was fucking pathetic in my opinion and embarrassing. Because I'm sorry if you're watching this and you support Trump, still you are in a cult and you're brainwashed by him and whatever he says. He is your cult leader. If you still support him, you are in a cult. And you seriously should be locked up in a mental hospital to see the light that Trump is a con man and a fucking cult leader. I'm not going to go off on Trump, but those people are seriously ill that go to his rallies. You are ill. You're still chanting, lock her up, you dumb fucks. She never won. You stupid bastards. Anyways, back to this top 5 worst wrestling movies countdown. No more politics talk. Man on the Moon, Jerry the King Lawler's in it. He blocks me on Twitter, by the way, because I made a joke years ago about him wearing a diaper. It wasn't nice. I shouldn't have made the joke, but it happened, and I admit to it. So I don't really give a rat's ass. He can block me and keep me blocked all he wants. I'm glad he's off commentary. That's for damn sure. Man on the Moon, boring movie. I don't remember much of it. I actually rented it in like 99 or 2000 when it came out. I rented it. And I guess Jim Carrey played Andy Kaufman really well. Jim Carrey, a great fucking actor. But Man on the Moon, to me, is boring as hell. So number 3, worst wrestling movie. It's not totally a wrestling movie, but it's more of a story of Andy Kaufman. Number 3, I'm putting it on this worst wrestling movies. Number 3, Man on the Moon. Because they do have a wrestling scene in it. Number 2, Jack Black is the main star of this movie. Nothing against him. The guy's a good guy. I've seen him in interviews, but this movie was absolute shit. It was dog shit. It was human shit. It was bad. Number 2, Nacho Libre. I didn't think it was funny. I guess it was a comedy. I didn't think it was funny. I thought it was boring as hell and stupid. I watched it for about 5 minutes, got bored as hell, turned it off. So I guess some people think Jack Black was funny as hell, playing Nacho Libre, masked luchador that probably couldn't work worth a lick. Didn't know how to wrestle. Couldn't work in the movie. Maybe the movie is funny, but what I saw, I thought was boring as shit and was stupid as shit. Number 2, Nacho Libre. to me, it's one of the worst wrestling movies. It's just an embarrassment. So, a lot worse than No Holds Barred. Number 2, Nacho Libre. Number 1. Can you guess what number 1 is going to be? Number 1, WCW decided they wanted to get into Hollywood and make a movie, a god-awful movie. Shit. Absolute shit. Not funny at all. Actually, one funny part in Ready to Rumble, I remember when David Arquette tells Diamond Dallas Page a diamond upside down is a pussy. Or maybe the other guy in the movie, the blonde guy. I forget his name. Maybe he said that to DDP. That made me laugh. Diamond upside down is a pussy. And he said that to DDP's face in the movie. I believe he's behind a steel cage. So DDP wouldn't kill him. But number 1's Ready to Rumble. Whoever wrote this script was fucking drunk or high. God-awful movie. God-awful storyline for the entire movie. God-awful story. In a god-awful, boring-ass movie that I wouldn't even tell my worst enemy to watch or make them watch it. Ready to Rumble was absolute shit. Yes, it had Sting, Goldberg, Booker T in it. Probably other WCW stars. Maybe Rey Mysterio, Kidman. I don't care. DDP was in it. The triple 3-story steel cage was in it. I didn't care. Ready to Rumble is the worst wrestling movie of all time. It's number 1. Hope you enjoy my top 5. Top 5 worst wrestling movies. Bye for now, everybody.